Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Landon and here we play Jank. And today I have a new deck for you and I'm calling it Bug Birds because it mixes the United Wings birds with Wormadam. That's right, this is going to be one of those weird hit multiple weakness type decks. I will admit this deck is full on chaotic, but it is so much fun. So much is going on in this. Let's just jump into it with Flamigo, who I had up on screen first, which is one of the main units of the United Wings package because of its ability Instaflock. Instaflock, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 Flamigo, I don't know how you say it, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So it's a way to play this one card down, and then you draw the other 3, or you search the other 3 from your deck and put them in your hand so that you can, like, discard them and stuff, you know, because that's what you want. Because of the United Wings attack for 2 colorless energy on Flamigo, Flamigo, I don't know. This attack does 20 damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile that has the United Wings attack. So as we see here, we are doing more damage the more birds we get in the discard, right? And there are 2 other United Wings Pokemon. There is Wattrel, which for 2 colorless can do 20 times, just like Flamigo, except it hits lightning type, which is fantastic because of things like Lugia hanging around the field. You can hit weakness against them. Also, if you go up against any water decks, they're often playing Palkia, and Wattrel can KO them pretty easily by hitting weakness, which is also fantastic. And then the third and final Pokemon that's part of this set of United Wings Pokemon is Murkrow. Murkrow can do United Wings for a single darkness energy, a little bit different than the other 2, and hits darkness weakness, which is great with UV Max and Gardevoir hanging around the field, right? So right away with this setup, we've got 2 weaknesses we're hitting, because Flamigo is colorless and doesn't hit weakness. We've got lightning and darkness. Cool. Alright, so we're playing double colorless, so we can hit weakness with Wattrel. We're also playing dark energy to hit with Murkrow. Murkrow is going to be the primary attacker out of all the United Wings, just because they're so much easier to get going. But hitting for different weaknesses is important in the deck. And as I mentioned before, we are playing the Wormadam. So first off, Wormadam evolves from Burmy. So we got to play Burmy, right? And we're just playing 2 copies of this Burmy. We're playing full 4 of all of the United Wings Pokemon. Each one, that's 12 Pokemon in total just for that setup. Here we're only playing 2 Burmy because you're probably not going to have multiple types of Wormadams out at once. Just probably need that one type, so we're gonna have 2. That way you can have 1 evolved into Wormadam and 1 sitting on the bench ready for next turn, so you can recover that Wormadam, search for it, play it down, and attack again for weakness, right? So Burmy is there at a 2 of. And then for the Wormadams, going in order of importance, I guess, the Steel-type Wormadam, with the double colorless attack, Matron's Anger, 30 plus. This attack does 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. So United Wings already want to be in the discard pile. Wormadam wants Pokemon in the discard pile. It's a win-win, and you kind of share that across different typings, because now we're hitting Steel weakness, which is great against Chien-Pao and part of the Gardevoir deck, the Zacian V, the single prize Gardevoir, that kind of stuff. Wormadam's able to hit weakness there, so that's pretty awesome there. We've got the Fighting type Wormadam with the same attack that can hit Fighting type weakness because of things like Arceus hanging around the field. This Fighting type Wormadam can help hit weakness against those and get the ball rolling. And then we also have this Grass type Wormadam, possibly the most cuttable Wormadam if you wanted to make some space. And I understand that, but there are a few times, there's a few fighting type Pokemon that are weak to grass, a few dark type Pokemon that are weak to grass. There's a few times where this grass one can really come in handy. So I've got it in there because it's one card. Like, it's not that bad, right? Then we obviously have to play the Manaphy. Since we're playing such tiny Pokemon overall, we need something to protect them when they're on the bench. So we've got Manaphy there for that. We've got a 2-2 line of the Ralts Kirlia. Because of that refinement ability, discard a card, draw 2. It really helps with getting Pokemon in the discard and drawing new cards. Like I said, this is a bit chaotic. So when you see the trainers, you'll understand that we do need some Pokemon search, right? And to add to that, we also have Squawkabilly EX. Squawkabilly EX has this amazing ability, Squawk and Seize. Once during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 6 cards. You can't use more than one Squawk and Seize ability during your turn. This can only be used during your first turn, so if you don't get on your first turn, don't worry about playing it. It's a 2-prize liability otherwise, so hopefully this will give you enough advantage that you don't really have to worry about having a 2-prize liability on the bench that they can just gust up and hit with 160 HP. That's going down pretty easy too. So yeah, we've got that in there as well. So energy is going to be something a little bit funky, right? We've got the full 4 copies of double turbo energy. Then I play 5 copies of darkness. I understand some people might say that's too many. Some people might say that's too few. Like I said, Murkrow is our primary attacker, so we've got 5 energy in there. We're probably going to attack at least once with Flamigo because we have to play one on the bench most of the time. So we've got that attacker there, or, you know, something else. We also have a way to recover basic energy if we really want to recover Murkrow and basic darkness energy. So the trainer lineup is where it gets chaotic. Yeah. So first off, I want to mention Supereffective Glasses. Supereffective Glasses, basically when you're hitting weakness, it turns any weakness from 2 times to 3 times, which can be very powerful, especially since those Wormadams don't do quite as much as the United Wings. So hitting weakness against more Pokemon, you want these Supereffective Glasses so that you can hit a wider variety of weakness at 3 times rather than just 2 times. We've got 3 copies of Ultra Ball. I wish I could have 4, but we've only got 3. 2 copies of Rescue Carrier, because sometimes we need to recover our United Wings Pokemon so we have an attacker for the next turn, and Rescue Carrier is a great way to do that. Plus, it can also recover the Ralts and Kirlia. We've got 2 copies of Zinnia's Resolve. I wanted it to be more, but this is what we're at. I'm going to say that a lot. So basically, just know, going forward, just about every card in this deck, I wish I could play more of. But this is the numbers I landed on, right? Zinnia's Resolve lets you discard 2 cards, then draw as many cards as your opponent has Pokemon out on the field. It's not a card seen play a lot, so it catches a lot of people off guard, lets you draw like 6 cards plenty of times, and you gotta discard 2, but that's usually the United Wings Pokemon, right? So we're able to get them into the discard and move forward, drawing a bunch of cards. We've got 3 copies of Level Ball, wish it was more. 3 copies of Trekking Shoes, wish it was more. I should probably be a little bit more informative. Level Ball lets you search for 90 HP Pokemon. That can be Ralts, Kirlia, Murkrow, Wattrel, and Burmy, and Manaphy. Trekking Shoes is an item card that lets you draw additional cards. And the reason why we're playing Trekking Shoes is that we are also playing PokéStop. PokéStop's great at discarding cards. We want Pokemon in the discard, but also it lets you keep item cards and put them into your hand. You look at the top 3 cards, discard anything that's not an item card, the item cards go into your hand. And we're also playing Pokégear for a similar reason. We want to have some sort of item that can let us search for what we need, right? Pokégear will let us search for a supporter in the top 7 cards, and Trekking Shoes just lets us see 1 to 2 more cards. Pokégear we are playing at 3 of, wish it was 4. We've got Super Rod here, shuffle up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon, and basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Great way to recover dark energy, and to recover those Wormadam evolutions. because, you want to be hitting weakness, those Wormadams can be quite important to recover one and hit weakness twice with it with super effective glasses and just completely destroy. That's the goal, at least. We've got one copy of Pal Pad because we're so low numbers on supporters, and supporters get discarded by PokéStop. So Pal Pad's an item that can recover them if they get discarded in a bad way. 3 copies of Serena. It's got that discard and draw effect, which I really like, and it's also got the gusting effect on Pokemon V, which can be extremely useful because we only play 1 copy of Boss's Orders, and that is Bug Birds. That's what I'm calling it, because it mixes bugs and it mixes birds into one deck, and it's a lot of fun. Let's go into test deck to show you how it plays, and then throughout the week we will have matches of this deck playing against actual players. This test deck is really just to show you guys how you should be expecting to play this deck, to understand the core concepts, take the deck for yourselves and play with it yourselves. And then the player things is just to show like good matchups and whatnot. So we will get to go first, which is pretty cool. Let's see, we are starting Wattrel and Burmy. I'm going to start the Wattrel because I don't know what they're playing. Now, I see grass sleeves, so I'm assuming that is going to be a grass deck. But I see that Altaria there, and this is the AI, so I'm pretty sure it's even the Superior V deck. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm expecting. And we get a Murkrow. Nice, nice. Alright, so we got Swablu in the active. We got Pyukumuku on the bench. Looks like Lightning Weakness is good to go here. And we're just going to play down Ralts. We've got Wattrel. I kind of want to hold on to the Murkrow so that I can discard it and be hitting damage with Wattrel. Well, I need at least 2 Pokemon in the discard to be hitting damage, 3 in order to take KO. So they boss up the Ralts. Probably a good move for them, so I'm not hitting them and getting a KO so early on. However, I have certain ways I can get out of this, right? So, sadly, they didn't bench a lot. We will play Zinnia's Resolve, discard the Murkrow and the Burmy. Draw 2. PokéStop. I guess we will PokéStop. 1, 2, 3. All of that into the discard. We will play down Kirlia, and now we're hoping for a double turbo to attach and retreat with. We'll just discard the Wormadam. There's that double turbo. And yeah, we will definitely attach and retreat. That PokéStop got us plenty of discard fodder and a very quick KO against this Superior V deck that is not drawing well. But this is how fast this deck can move. And I didn't even use Squawkabilly EX. If I was able to Ultra Ball for a Squawkabilly, things would be moving in a little bit faster speed right now. Am I really going to win this? Like, okay. Hopefully they get a basic Pokemon here and we continue into a full-fledged match, right? Yeah, there's a Superior V. Okay, so I'm definitely KOing this Pyukumuku next turn. So Superior V is going to be the next target, right? So I'm going to need a Pokemon on the bench. So, yeah, Murkrow works. That's good. Let's go ahead. We'll PokéStop. Man, we are just hitting everything with those PokéStops, right? So, I can Kirlia away the PokéStop. I've already got one out. I don't think I need this one. There's the Flamigo. I've already discarded 2, haven't I? Pokemon. Yeah, I've already discarded 2. I don't really see it being beneficial to play it down to use its ability, so I think I'm just going to do this and draw 3. So we've got 2 Level Balls. We've got a Wattrel there. I'm going to Level Ball for a Wattrel, I think. I have a double colorless in hand. I'll be ready to attack next turn if this Wattrel in the active gets KO'd. Oh, I should have played it. Dang it. Oh, well. So, already 2 prizes. Those are, what, second turn and we've got 2 prizes? That's not bad, in my opinion. Why is it so warm in here? It's like end of day. It's getting dark out. bosses up the other Wattrel, trying to slow me down, but you can't slow me down. Well, we've got a Murkrow in hand that we can refinement on. We don't have to level ball. We get Wormadam. I don't know. I feel like we're just doing so well. What? Do I search for Ralts and try to get another Kirlia going? Maybe? Maybe, like, Superior V has something that I need to be aware of, right? Superior V Star. Nope, don't. Nope. Nothing to worry about there. PokéStop. Trekking Shoes, a Burmy and a Glasses go. We can use Trekking Shoes. Yes, we actually do want Darkness Energy, so Murkrow can be an attacker as well. And we'll just 100 damage to the Kricketot. Fantastic. Another prize card. And you see how, like, we're just discarding Pokemon like crazy. We've got the recovery for them, and they're item cards, so PokéStop's not going to accidentally get rid of them. PokéStop's going to keep them, you know? And then we've got supporters that we can search out with Pokégear, but even then, they're controlled discard. We're not playing Professor's Research, where we're discarding some really important things that we need. We are doing this way smarter, right? Did they just heal my Pokemon? Wow. Thank you? I think? That's confusing. Refinement, we'll discard this Wattrel here. 2 more cards. An Ultra Ball. Man, it's tough when, like, you know, you're not drawing poorly. Yeah, now we can Ultra Ball this. And that. And we'll grab another Kirlia, and that will let us discard draw more. And look at that. We are down to 12 cards in our deck. Like, that is nuts. 12 cards. We are at the point where Pokégear just basically reads search your deck, grab a supporter, right? Like, that's crazy. And we're doing 120 with this Wattrel. If we were hitting for weakness, this would be, you know, 240. We've got super effective glasses, so that would actually be 360, KOing whatever, you know, lightning weak Pokemon you need. Let's see, Pokemon. We've got 2 Burmy in the discard. We could rescue carry them, put one on the bench, get ready to evolve later on. Oh, they retreat the Superior to put up Swablu to try to buy some time. I don't think so. I got Serena. I can just boss up that thing. Should I? Or should I just wait? I think I'm going to boss it up. Switch. Yep. 120. Yes. We will take this KO and the 2 prizes. So we've got 1 prize left. Boss's Orders is somewhere, right? Is in the discard pile. That would be important to know. We did discard our one and only Pal Pad. So, yeah, no, it's not there. So, probably in the deck somewhere, or it's that 1 prize card. We're looking pretty good right now. This is pretty crazy. Cricketune. I'm not, like, worried at all. You can see how this deck is a little chaotic, though. Because of the PokéStop, you can be discarding your double turbos. You can be discarding your darkness energies. And that can be terrifying to a lot of players. And it's just something you kind of got to get used to with this deck. Feeling it out, just seeing what works, what doesn't, sort of thing. Trekking Shoes. Yeah. And, you know, how you play this deck can really change. Boss's Orders. Boss up this Altaria, and we will finish this AI match. And tomorrow, that's the plan at least, I will bring you more matches. There we go. We got the win. And yeah, this is awesome. My wife and I have been watching the North America International Championships. We were very surprised to see Alex Shermansky, oh man, I probably mispronounced the heck out of that, playing the United Wings Pokemon, and like I've been working on this for a little while, but that really just gave me the confidence to play this deck how it needs to be played. And when it does, it just works, and that's phenomenal. It is so good and so much fun. I hope you guys enjoy this list as well. Of course, deck list will be in the description as always. Go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all the player matches that will be happening this week. And join the Discord so that you and I can have more one-on-one conversations and you can just talk to other awesome Pokemon players. And of course, until next time, keep playing Jank.